runs cold. We take our loot but don't get old.
Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How are you all doing? Welcome to the start of a brand new campaign series here today on the channel. We're going to be checking out The Curse of the Vampire Coast DLC for Total War Warhammer 2. So guys, I want to make a deal with you. If this video can hit 500 likes within 24 hours, I will do a double upload here today and release the second video instantly. If not, you just have to wait a little bit longer for that next upload. We're going to be playing as the DREADFLEET, as Count Noctilus. In this video, we're going to be doing a Let's Play series with the Count, and we're going to be going through, I'll show off the other factions as well, the unit rosters, and whatnot. So I've got to say a huge thank you to the Creative Assembly for providing me with an early access code to Curse of the Vampire Coast. So I've got to say a huge thank you for them for making this series possible, and a thank you to their community manager as well. So, we're going to be playing as Count Noctilus. It's been a while since I've played Total War Warhammer 2. The last campaign was our Lizardman campaign with Eddie Lizard and whatnot. So we're going to be playing as the DREADFLEET. Some war deck stuff here, faction-wise. We get a 20% upkeep for Necrofec Colossus. And here are some of our traits. Lord Harkon as well. You most want to pause and have a look at this stuff. Our starting units, we get a unit of Depth Guard, which are absolutely fantastic. Look at these stats. 54 melee attack and a whopping 39 melee defense. I'll put in the description below the Steam page for the Vampire Counts if you guys would like to check out any further information. Salt Spite as well. The Pirates of Sartosa. And then we've got another one here as well, the Drown. Now, I'll quickly back out to Mortal Empires, as we, for some reason, Harkon is in Mortal Empires. You can get him in the Fight for the Vortex campaign. Hang on. What am I doing?
Kraken Lord of Current Car.
Right, here he is. We wanted to see Fellheart. I wanted to show you guys one of the free LCs for this pack coming up, the Blessed Dread. So here is Fellheart's stats and whatnot. Alrighty, before we get stuck right into the campaign, let's have a quick look at the custom battles and have a look at some of the units that we can look forward to as the DREADFLEET. A lot of you guys on the Reddit are curious about some of the stats for this, so you most look to pause and have a look at any individual unit's stats. Obviously, this is still an early access build of Curse of the Vampire Coast, and some things will be subject to change, but this is what they're sort of aiming for at the moment in this early access campaign. So you must look at a pause and have a look at every one of the infantry's missile, monster, beast stats as well. I do know the depth guards are very strong at the moment. I think for multiplayer, the pirate gunners are a little bit overpowered from what I've heard, and they probably need to be tweaked. But apart from that, bloated corpses are awesome, the colossuses as well. Artillery is going to be a major factor for the vampire counts. They kind of similarly play as a little bit like Skaven and whatnot. Rightio then guys, I'm keen and ready to go for this DREADFLEET campaign as Count Noctilus. Now, with this early access content, there are some embargoes here and there. I'm not allowed to actually show you the intro movie for the Vampire Coast, nor the final battle. So us pirates sometimes have to stick to the pirate code, let's say. Let's get stuck right into this campaign.
Here, in the Galleon's graveyard, the raging power of the Maelstrom makes me all but untouchable. Only a fool would dare challenge me here. The deluded Caledonian Elves have launched patrols into the great ocean. For this, they shall feel my wrath. The long-limbed cretins are ever prepared for invasion, with much of Ulthuan heavily fortified, particularly their ostentatious capital, Lothern. While I bolster my fleet for invasion, the shores of Araby offer other delectable targets, whose riches I will gladly take. The hapless Luther Harkon dwells nearby. A fellow Lord of the Night may be a useful ally, but his unstable mind also makes him a potential threat. Nothing, however, is as important as the magic I draw from the galleon's graveyard. I shall harness its strength and dominate the seas. All shall bow to my necromantic supremacy.
Rightio then, guys, let's get stuck right into the campaign. Loading in now. Here's how to play as the dreaded fleet of the Galleon's Grave. I will try to keep my pirate accents to a minimum. Okay, so we'll quickly go through how the Vampire Coast plays. So here is Count Noctilus himself, the man, the myth, the legend. He is from the von Carstein dynasty originally. I don't know too much about the history of these vampires too much, but maybe let me know in the comments history and whatnot, because I'm always curious. So we need to destroy Mech here, I guess. Over here. Now, the way this works, battles on the high seas, we fight on islands, essentially. That's how it works. Okay, so let's go through some of our stuff here. So, where should we start? Right, so... mission issued. We need to find the star metal harpoon. Now, because we want to try and get this ancient mer worm and try and control it. So that's what we're going to be trying to do for the majority of the campaign. The Kraken from the depths is a giant worm these days. Okay, so let's go through our objectives. So the campaign victory, domination, and whatnot. So for the campaign victory, we need to acquire the star metal harpoon. We need to build equipment to support that on the ship itself, and then we need to find it by trying to plunder and dig up booty and treasure. Right, gain all 3 verses of the Lost Sea Shanty, construct the harpoon launcher, win the following battle, the Battle of the Eternal Tides. And even if we get to that, which is going to be pretty far away, I'm not allowed to show that just yet, but I might do a separate video showing off that battle. Alrighty, let's read through how to play as the dreaded fleet. You're most welcome to pause and have a look for yourself. So there's a couple of benefits here. So this is the Galleon's Grave. We can recruit and construct. It's kind of like a horde faction with our main flagship, and then the Galleon's Grave itself, we can actually construct stuff, which is quite cool. So pirate ships and buildings, infamy, we've got this huge infamy system, and pirate coves. So there's a couple of things we can do for this campaign. We can actually go around occupying territory and settlements if we want to, or we can establish pirate coves, which is a secret sort of tavern you can put in unbeknown to the enemy. So you can sometimes make up to 1,000, 2,000 gold if you go around doing this, if you'd rather not sort of hold it. Infamy wise as well is really quite interesting here. So here is the infamous and the most famous pirates. We're currently sitting at 14th, and you can go around fighting other pirates and whatnot. So you're also going to pause and have a look at the dreaded fleet. Let me know in the comments what you'd like me to do for this campaign. We're obviously going to have to go around and try and find all these pieces of treasure. Going after Ulth 1 is probably our main objective. Dark Elves, not so much. Maybe some of the Egyptian Skelly boys, or maybe even some Skaven and whatnot. We could do that. We could definitely do that. Okay, before we go into construction and recruitment, let's have a look at our treasure maps and some of these rights and whatnot down here. So treasure maps, the pieces of 8. Riddle of the map. Wild dragons, sleeper furnace, fires, the markers. Okay, right. So this is where we need to head. So if we dig up treasure here on Ulth 1, we should be able to get a piece of magic. There's also something down, piece of magic, piece of treasure. Also, there's an objective down here. So, okay, so we've got the pearls of the Kraken. So here are the pieces of 8 scattered all around the known world. This is going to allow us to get access to regiments of renown, which we can recruit. So we're going to be focusing upon that right as well. Curse of the Queen's Cannon. This is absolutely fantastic. So we definitely want to try and focus on going for that. Officers wise, we have Count Noctilus as well. Look at this. Algae looking seaweed stuff there, fantastic. Moving further down to our technology, we've got a couple of good stuff here. Command of the Crews, which gives us leadership, missile damage as well, immune to storm and reef attrition. I think that's what we want to go for. We also go down here to some legendary admirals as well. Okay, cool, so let's go with that. Diplomacy wise, we're currently at war with the Sunken Land Corsairs and Kelador, which is on the coast there. And they've got an army just off me, I believe. Okay, cool, cool. The Vampire Coast there, Luther Harkon. Would you like to negotiate into some diplomacy? Non-aggression pact was definitely rejected. If we could somehow combine our kingdoms, that'd be cool. Having Harkon as a faction, I don't know if we can do that, if we can confederate. That would be cool. We'll just sort of have to see how we go down. Here are our objectives and whatnot. Okay, cool. So let's dive up into construction and recruitment in the Galleon's grave and in our own army. So we currently have Count Noctilus himself here. Let's have a look at some of his skills. No enchanted items just yet. He can get a Necrofec Colossus himself. Available at ranked 20. That would be fantastic. So, well, way off to even get his mounts and whatnot. Probably prioritizing movement in the early days. We have the Depth Guard here as well. Units of zombie, pirate, deckhand mob, and some pirate gunners, and our own Necrofec Colossus. We're definitely going to have to save up for that. So, we've got a couple of options here. Recruitment, Regiments of the Renowned, and we've got some Raise the Dead. So we're going to use a couple of those. So let's get one bloated corpse. Bloated corpse. It actually kind of focuses... I'm not even speaking properly. God damn it, let's say that again. Let's go through that again. Right, the bloated corpse actually functions similar to the Urukai Berserker in this campaign. They sort of suicide in and implode. So let's raise the dead here. We're going to be using that a lot for this series. So we can quickly dive into a little bit of construction here. Potentially not. I want to use it for my flagship. So let's get stuck right into the first battle of today's episode against Mahli. I guess let's go straight in. Okay, cool. So, basically we're going to be fighting on a small island off the coast here. So, he has one unit of spearmen in his own, 2 units of spearmen, archers, and some reavers here as well. Cool. Let's fight this one upon the battlefield and have our first battle for the campaign. Okay guys, welcome to the battle map. So we've only got 7 winds of magic. We're definitely going to gamble that. And we've shot it up to a whopping 24. Holy smokes. Rightio, let's start the deployment and have our first battle. So, first up we want to go with our depth guard here and our zombie pirates up front. We want them to sort of soak up the most of it. We'll put our gunners on the flanks, maybe a little bit further along from what I would like. And then we'll check out some of the units for the first time in this campaign. Bloated Corpse as well. We'll keep him closer to the back with the Count. And then we'll keep our Colossus as high up to the front line as possible, because we want to try and get him to start raining fire and death upon the enemy. So here we go. Here are our first pirate boys. Our hand gunners. God, they look absolutely fantastic with peg legs, barnacles, up and down, and whatnot. Look at this. They're awesome. Then we've got the Depth Guard. These guys are absolutely fantastic in combat. They're going to be the bread and butter of this series. Double-handed, wielding axemen. They're going to put fire and death into the enemy. Okay, so here is our Necrofec Colossus. The body is made up of... Whoa, there! Why is it coming so far at me? Okay, right, I'm trying to get a good sort of shot at it. Right, it's made up of bloated corpses there. Got a couple of pirate boys up top. Look at this whopping 4 cannon fist. Awesome stuff. Moving further down just to our mob crew here. And then we have Count Noctilus himself, the man, the myth, the legend. Look at this. Those bloody red eyes just go straight into your skull. And then we've got this bloated, disgusting thing here. Okay, then moving further down. Oh, you've seen most of the other boys and whatnot. Okay, cool. So, let's march the front line forward. Keep our Colossus back. Try and claim this high ground as quickly as possible. Move up the Necrofec as well. And here we go. Marching to war. Awesome stuff. So we're trying to get up to the base of the hill. High Elves seem to be sitting back. Cool, calm, and collected. We'll see if they make an appearance. These guys are walking rather slow. The Depth Guard are charging forward. Determined. Oh, they're copping some fire there. So their cavalry's here. Hiya, cavalry! They're about to cop a massive charge in a second from the Necrofec. Fourth one! Or not. Shoot, goddammit, shoot! There we go, that's what we wanted. So we're being engaged here quite easily. You're most welcome to charge and swing further around. We'll try and angle our boys a little bit here as well. We'll send our general right up into it, pull you further up and along, get my Necro effect to focus on the cavalry, try and swing this further around here. We might try and get behind some of them. Where's my bloated corpse? So he's super far back here, but we want to try and suicide him in at one point. We'll keep these guys further up and around. If we can try and get behind those spearmen, that'd be good. So they're focusing on them. The counter's focusing here. So we've got... What is this? Mystifying or something. Okay, let's try and drop this in. Probably over here, I think. He's probably not too... Hopefully he's not too far away to try and call this bombardment in. He's not. So we're going to try and summon it now. Oh no, it's just like raining terror against them. I thought there was some sort of bombardment. Oh, that's alright. Okay, so where's our bloated corpse? Oh yeah, he's still hanging around here. We'll charge into this rear here and get them to buckle utterly and completely. Charge! Oh my god! I think it did a bit of friendly fire, but it completely and utterly routed that unit. So their cavalry is split here. We'll get them to chase them. And we'll run against these guys. Man, it's been a while since I played Warhammer 2, but it's one of my favourite Total War games. Their general is absolutely bloodied here. Count Noctilus is getting right into it in hand-to-hand combat. I don't think that's his sort of best ability, but it's not too bad. Whoa! Okay. Okay. I'll take that. That cavalry's going to be an annoyance if we don't deal with it. So my depth guard is running down the remaining enemy general. The general's army, rather. We'll try and get some shots off here. Fire! The shot's gone well wide, but that's fine. We've got plenty of winds of magic, so we probably should try and use it as the best of our own ability. And that's it. We have victory! We have victory! It's been a while since I played Warhammer 2. I've got to get used to sort of how everything sort of works. You need to get Batman to sort of kite, you need to make sure you set up your gunners properly, you need to use your, of course, healing and bombardment buffs and whatnot, but we haven't done too bad here. Probably lost a little bit more depth guard than what I would have ideally liked, but look at these Reavers, absolutely keen to pillage and plunder their booties. I'm going to have to sort of keep that to a minimum where I can. But, yeah, victory! We have victory. Cool. We'll try and run down as many of them as we can. I don't know if we're going to be able to, though. That's the, problem. They're probably too far away on my depth guard. I'm going to get them. We don't really have any sort of high-moving cavalry units. So a decisive victory here today. Not too shabby, if I do say so myself. So Count Noctilus deployed 703, lost 148. Mehrir managed to deploy 391 for Calador and lost 287, kept his life though. So did most of the casualties. The depth guard killed 133, but look at that, bloated corpse, 58 managed to destroy there. How fantastic is that? So we've got a couple of options here. We can assimilate the captives, getting a 10% replenishment. We can share the loot, which will lose our infamy. However, we'll gain the army with +1 loyalty, along with unit experience, or we can ransom the treasury. Now, we do lose the bloated corpse, so that did actually cost me about 300 gold. So I would rather ransom the captives so that I can get more bloated corpses. So they have fled away here, but we have managed to get a 100% campaign movement for all armies. So that means we're going to be able to run down these guys, hopefully. Oh, we can't. Why can't we? We're only just out of range, you buggers. That's alright. Okay, so we're going to be able to upgrade our ships. Let's upgrade the officer's cabin. So we've got a couple options here. So we do need to get a dart launcher all the way up to the harpoon, so we can actually... that's like one of the victories we need to achieve. Okay, so we've got... what stuff here? Heavy anchor, wooden hull upgraded, helm... Okay, and then we've got military buildings itself. Lookout, which gives us fell bats, gunners. So we really want to try and go for depth guard as quickly as possible. However, cannons, artillery as well. As you would have seen in that battle, our mob cannons and our swordsmen are quite weak. So we kind of play kind of similar to Skaven in this series. So what we want to try and do is have a good balance of depth guard with a good unit of monsters, but mostly range. We want to try and get as much range stuff as possible. So to get mortars, what do we need to do? We need to upgrade and get a pop of 3 before we can get bombards. But there's no harm why we can't upgrade our deckhands. No reason at all. So let's go right into... recruitment. So let's get a unit of pirate gunners, and let's also get some gunnery handgunners as well. So can we recruit any more here? No, because we're currently actively in the field and we are recruiting as well. We can't use any more, which is okay. We'll move back to the Galleon's graveyard now and see if there's any construction we can do. No, that's pretty much it. So we've got a commandment available now. Okay, what's that? Okay, so we've got the Dread Sea, which gives us recruitment and growth. Share the spoils. Loyalty will not decline. We lose infamy. Global recruitment. Siege holdout time and ammunition. Bat swarm minus 20 vampiric corruption. Some of these are quite good. Bat swarm. Even more powder. But I think I'm going to go with Dredge the Sea. Okay, so we've got a little bit of money left over. I think it's time to get some units if we can. Get another Lord in. So we can recruit a hero. No, we can't, because we haven't unlocked the building. So let's get another Lord. So we've got Lee Sharp here. Jackson. I might try and rename one of these people. So let's have a look at sort of the generals. What I want to sort of do is have another army sort of go around and sort of scavenge and sort of go for the treasures and whatnot. So we can gain loyalty from sacking and raiding. Holdout time, investigator, probably plunderer. I think it's probably the way to go. So let's go with Lee Sharp here. I'm going to definitely rename Lee Sharp's name to the plunderer. Let's call him, I've got a couple of pirate names here. We could go with Jack Sparrow. We could potentially go with Will Turner, Davy Jones, Barbossa. Arr! I'm Jeffrey Rush, and I like to touch booty. Man, how fucking crazy is that Pirates of the Caribbean seas? like the fucking series has gone down the drain. Like, isn't Johnny Depp supposedly kicked off it? There was something crazy about him. He's in like mass debt at the moment, doing all those crazy films. There was something that came out that I read that he was spending something like $30,000 a month on wine. Johnny, you need to stop spending money on wine. His fucking manager was saying and whatnot. Johnny Depp, the dog smuggling fuck. I'm a little bit jaded as an Australian, as you can tell. I usually have sort of funny names for my series. We had Eddie Lizard for the Lizardman, so let's call him. Let's go with Barbossa. Oh, Hector Barbossa. Let's go with Hector Barbossa. I think I say spell Barbossa. Hector Barbossa. Okay, cool. And we'll go let him around, go plundering, raiding, and unassigned skills here with Count Noctilus. So let's go with March. I kid. I'm just having a bit of fun. Right, let's end the turn and continue for the Vampire Coast campaign. Okay guys, welcome to the top of the turn. Capture and occupy a settlement belonging to Calador, 1,000 treasure and 50 infamy. Okay, so let's run down the remaining rabble if we can. So let's just go straight into them. Cool. And they're going to flee again. Those cheeky boogers. Alright, let's go straight into them. Okay, so let's quickly auto-resolve this one. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Decisive victory, and excuse me, I guess we'll take the small amount of replenishment. So we've gone and killed the leader now, so we need to move over here. Oh, okay. We can get some more bloated corpses, which I think is fantastic. Gunners as well is definitely on our list. We don't want to go too much into debt, but the more we can raise, the better. Okay, right. Let's continue to go. Let's move out where we can. And continue to our objectives. Let's try and get some... We'll try and get a full stack here as best as possible. Actually, we probably could give it a turn and maybe raise some more dead. So let's maybe just go with 2. We can always disband them later on. Okay, so let's make headway far east. Let's follow the compass. Okay, so we're recruiting here, so we can't build any more construction type stuff by the look of it. And we also need our growth to come up as well. So is the plunderer Hector Barbosa, is he keen and raring to go? I guess so. So we're going to try and get him to sail around and try and find treasure throughout the world. He's commanding the Black Pearl. Okay, nothing really else we can do here. Let's try and get you... should we go down the pirate coast? Sure. Why not? Let's have him head down to the pirate coast and see if you can stumble upon anyone. So we've got some unassigned skills here with Count Noctilus. Getting that 10% movement is probably not a bad shout. Casting range for that. Ward. Let's get some higher quality sort of destruction spells is probably our best bet. So we can still heading far east for us. We can't upgrade Barbosa anymore at the moment, but we'll get a couple of generals in. Let me know renames and whatnot. We'll try and renegotiate. Do they want... No. We had a bit of military action. I thought things might have changed here and there, but let me know in the comments. Characters you'd like me to rename, units. We can call someone Jack Sparrow, Will Turner, Davy Jones, Keira Knightley. I don't know. That might be a good one here. As much as I love Pirates of the Caribbean, the atmosphere, the music. Oh, here we go. The boys of the Forbidden Coast have rocked up. Okay. It really always boils down to those movies is Keira Knightley going, I just want to be a pirate. And then Will Turner, Orlando Bloom going, I don't want to be a pirate. I want to be a pirate. I don't want to be a pirate. That's like the whole fucking movie. Right, okay. Let's move down here and try and... find some loot or something. It's quite actually worth it sometimes just to sail around and try and find barges and coasts and whatnot. So we've been encountered by the boys of the Forbidden Coast. Now, I'm positive that if we fight him, yep, we can unlock zombie pirate deck mob if we go for him, if we want to. He's got 14 units. It actually looks quite cool. The barge there of the green skins. The dreaded fleet just to the north. And then, of course, the Spurling Tide, I guess. Look at that. Looks awesome. We're right in the bank smack of the map as well. The Guardian's Grave. We're right in the centre of the Great Ocean. Okay, so we've got a decision to make here. Do I think that this army is more competent enough to do that? Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. We've got a decent amount of... We've got a decent amount of bloated corpses. We've also got some pretty good handguns as well. But going up against boar boys, orc boar boys, and whatnot, I don't know how well we would do. That's the problem. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to here, and that's someone who we're actually at war with. The Sunken Land Corsairs would probably have a better chance at actually saving our army to fight them rather than pushing down there against the boys. Okay, nothing much else we can do now. We're currently not spending too much as we've got a rather large army. That will change. So what else can we recruit? Nothing really spectacular. Okay, cool. I'll try and see if there's anything else we can dive into real quick. Rightio, there's not really much else we can do at the moment. I'm just sort of reading up here. 100% movement range, supply lines, the Lost Sea Shanty. Okay, cool. What else have we got here? Stances wide. Full speed ahead. We could go with that. Flagship expansion. Disables campaign movement. That's probably what we want to try and do. And then save up a little bit of money where we can. We don't particularly want to recruit any more units just yet. Or either, yeah, we already can get the mob pirate anyway. Regardless, let's end the turn and continue and see if they sort of come out against us. We'll see what sort of happens. The turn time doesn't seem to be too bad either at the moment. But this campaign will end in the future at some point, so let me know in the comments what you'd like me to replace it with. Doesn't necessarily have to be Warhammer 2, just has to be a strategy game, of course. So let's make our way down the Vampiric Coast. The Vampire Coast. And at the moment... Oh, there's something here. What is this? Oh, there's something. That looks cool. Little island there. Alright, okay, let's go for that and try and get that as quickly as possible. I wonder if Harkon wants to have any diplomacy. So we've got the Vampire Coast Mutineers. I believe that is Harkon's enemies. But he doesn't even want a non-aggressional pact. That's fucking crazy, okay. And Sort by Attitude. It's actually orcs that don't mind us overly too much. Lizardmen there as well. Not really too much we can do. We're not really occupying the Vampire Coast at the moment, so there's not really too much we can really do. We're going to have to keep an eye on the Guardian's Grave. They do suffer attrition, as you can see, trying to get on there, but it's our only settlement. We can't really afford it to fall into pointy-eared hands, I guess. Okay, let's have another battle here today. Let's have a crack at these guys. So they are Dark Elves, 16 units. It's going to be a little bit tough here, I think. I'm just sort of looking at what we're sort of working with. While the dragon sleeps, a furnace fires. The makers bubble left from the stir. The pieces of 8. Okay, so they want me to go here and deal with this. Okay, so I'm currently at war with them, but I'm also at war with most of the coast here. I think pushing up to Althwan is probably our best bet. We can't sue for peace with them at the moment, which is interesting. Can we sue with anyone else? No. Okay, so we're at war with them regardless if we want to be or not. Okay, let's chuck a quick save. I think I'm keen and ready to go against this faction. Let's see the heroes. Okay. So you were attacking the Sunken Land Corsairs. Terrain, high seas. What are we sort of looking with terrain-wise? The problem is the Black Ark Corsairs. The Dreaded Spears as well. Dark Shards, Dark Riders. Riders there. Bolt Throwers we can deal with. It's going to be a tough one. We've got bloated corpses, so we could really focus on... Like, what's their main thing? Like, those harpies are going to be monstrous to deal with. Maybe just going, like, breaking their front lines with our bloated corpses might be our best strategy. We can actually retreat, but I'm going to try and fight this one. It's going to be an absolute bloody affair. We're going to lose a lot of casualties. But we're going to be making our way to the spire to hopefully get our first piece of treasure. Okay guys, welcome to the battle map. So we got 16 wins of magic out of 30. Oh, should we gamble it? We're half. Fuck it, you got to risk it for the biscuit. Or brisket. Oh no! Ah, damn it. So let's start the deployment there. Ah, that sucks. Alright, okay, so we're fighting Dark Elves here. Look at this terrain in the background. It looks absolutely magnificent. Spire in the background there. Wow. Fantastic. Alright, so here are the Dark Elves. Let's see what they're sort of rolling with, of course. They're Dark Harpies, Dark Cavalry. It's going to be interesting to see how this one sort of goes down. This is our first major battle for the campaign. As long as we can sort of sit back, relax, allow our cannons and Colossus to sort of rain fire and death upon them, we should be alright. We should be able to break up their front line with our bloated corpses as well. So let's go back over to Count Noctilus and sort of see how the terrain is sort of favouring us. So that's not too bad. There's a bit of obstruction here, so we're going to be able to flank a bit as well. So that will sort of narrow it a bit, funneling them towards us. However, we might have to charge. They might not charge. We do have skirmisher supremacy, but apart from that, I wouldn't really bank on it. So what I want to do is try and break my army up slightly. The thing is, right, these swordsmen are massively, massively slow. So we're not going to be able to cover our flanks entirely. So basically what I want to try and do is something like this. Okay, that's actually quite perfect because it's not actually going to go all the way where we want it to. Like, that's not too bad. I don't want to be too far down the hill, though. So something like that is probably perfect. Then what we'll do is we'll put some decks on the left and right flank to cover. I'm not going to be able to cover the entirety of my cannons and such, but that might not be too bad. So let's go with... try and stretch this up. So shooting uphill might not be a bad sort of... like, try and pull them that way a bit might not be a bit of a bad shout. So try and pull... we're a little bit down in the depths, aren't we, here? I just want to be... shooting uphill is a little bit fucky. Not as fucky as this side, where there's a huge amount of rocks and shit. So we'll move you here. Move the Colossus here as well, right into the center. What I ideally want to do is try and fire, like, launch up these bloated men as quickly as possible. We can try and break their center before they even really come to us. We'll be laughing. Right, so pop you here. And we'll try and get those guys sort of around a bit, or we could even pull something back. Like, there's no reason why we can't put Chuck 2 here, and then try and flank you guys around, while keeping you guys in reserve just to sort of help out a bit, you know? Move that there, move you up to help that position. Cannons here, we can always flank with you and keep you here. Cool, cool beans. I'm quite happy with this. So here are our piratey boys moving down the front line. Our first major battle for the campaign. Make or break in the grand scheme of things. You gotta love in Total War. There's always these flashpoints. There's always these times where your campaign will delay you for the next sort of 30 turns, or allow you to sort of gain some headway, some steamway, if you will. So this is it. If we win this, we're going to be laughing. If not, it's going to set us back a couple of turns. Boom. Let's start the battle. We should have range on them, so they should charge me, actually. You'd think. We've got my Colossus. We could even move further up to secure our position if we want to. It doesn't look like they're going to move, which is not too bad. So let's try and move up this swordsman front line foremost. As best we can. Okay, try and move my cannons here as well, along with you guys. Okay, and what I'll do is try and put Skelly Boys here. I keep on saying Skelly Boys. Pirate Boys! Here, just to sort of help us out. And we'll move up everyone else as well. So we are actually in range of... what is that firing me? Oh, god damn it, I forgot they had those. Whoops-a-daisy. Okay, so that's something we need to work on. Putting there is a little bit shit, isn't it? They have bolt throwers. I completely forgot. I thought we had supremacy. I'm surprised they have that. Okay, so how much damage are those dudes sort of doing? Follow you further this way, thanks. We're going to be able to hit them back. I reckon we might be able to neutralise them. Have a crack at theirs. See if we can get them down. They've only killed 50 of ours. We'll soak up one more. We'll soak up one more, then I'll see. Because I don't know how sort of good they are. Right, so 50 still. And he's sort of wasting his ammo there. I'm just trying to think what we're best to do here. I might try and redeploy them once more, I think. So this might sort of be thrown out the window somewhat. So we want to try and get... They've got semi-high ground, so that's sort of the problem. So if we can come to here, that would be good. And try and push to this side of the spire. And maybe try and put you here if they try to close that distance. That's what I'm sort of worried about. Maybe I'm being a little bit too optimistic with these cannons. Handgunners, rather. To be honest. But that doesn't particularly bother me. I think trying to get these bloated corpses into one of these is probably our best bet. Dark Corsairs, Dreaded Spears is probably our better bet. But I don't know if they're going to try and make... I don't know if they're going to make it there. That's the problem. 120. Yeah, ideally you want to go charging into that. Okay, let's try and soften up some of their units. Black Corsairs, Dreaded Spears again. Try and fire into that. Try and soften those guys at the back if it ever gets shot. Alright, move up, men! So, I don't think that's... Yeah, we haven't really done anything. We're not destroying their equipment or anything. Move up, men. Count Noctilus is here as well. How are our bloated corpses going along? That's fine. Move up into position, man. Our Lord is under attack, so we've only lost 50. They've lost 20. It just looks like they're taking a lot more with them than what they are. Okay, so their cavalry is now flanking, which is fine, because my guard are going to be able to carve them up quite easily. So there's been a full charge here now. We're going to have to redirect this once more. It's bloody interesting how they've gone about this. Right, so just try and form up where you are. If they're going to fully charge me with that, I'm going to take them for a ride. Mostly everyone's in a similar sort of position already. Allow those guys to sort of make ground, but a little bit further back here. My bloated corpses are so far in front, that's fine. I still think they can probably make some distance here. It's only you... we could go into that if they want to charge that. Go into that. Go into this. If they want to charge that, they're fucking fools. Go, 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 go. So that was half that, and they've smashed half that as well. Which is exactly what we want. So that's good. Okay, so let's try and pause and sort of redirect this somewhat. Fucking hell. So that... that destroyed half the unit. That's insane. Why would you even charge that? Why wouldn't you just sort of sit back and sort of... try and rain fire and death? Like, okay, these deep guard need to be moved back, and I don't know if these guys are going to be able to get in here either. Get around that corner. The Colossus can move up. You can sit here and heal this unit that's taking damage. You're moving here as well. We'll try and angle those guys essentially like that. Keep you tight here and keep you tight here and ready to go. Let's go. We're about to get our first sort of charge on here. Let's actually try and drop that on these bats and try and get some damage here. We might have to redirect them because they've charged. God. Ah, these fucking bats! I'm Count Noctilus. Ah! Okay, cool. So my gunners are actually operating quite well. We've managed to turn our guard here and try and swing these guys higher up and around. Cannons as handgunners as well. We want to try and get them to come around here. That's not too bad here, engaging my front line. Colossus, you just need to help out. They've been moved out, which is fantastic. We've got a couple of boys here just sitting idly by. So let's try and move these guys in and try and swing these guys higher up and around to get some really good damage on that flank. We could very well send one unit to try and potentially take out those units. So we're not doing too bad here, but we're only just holding. We'll try and move my Colossus in as best we can. We need to sort of take out some of these archers because they're really shredding us here at the moment. Fuck, they're coming back in, which isn't good. But, like, having a crack at some of these guys would be really good for us. We're not utilizing my cannons, which is so bad, because the handgunners, because they're just sitting here. Okay, we'll try and throw down some buffs. The deep guard here are getting surrounded. Okay, the thing is, right, these guys are going to break, and there's not much we can do about it. So what I'm going to do is try to move them into position. They've been fucked in their position here, so that's sort of how we're going to have to deal with it. We'll try and help out here. We'll try and slow down these archers, and they're going to be fine here. These guys, God knows what they're sort of doing. somehow charge this, that'd be good. And try and swing these guys higher up around here if we can as well. Okay, they're going to break, but we're going to be able to get some nice shots off when they do. My depth guard again absolutely enveloped here. And now they're firing upon me. Try and get rid of their archers. That's what we're going to have to try and do. Charge in here. Oh, fucking hell. Okay, cool. Fire into that. All of you fire for the love of God into that. Where's their general? He's sitting really far back here. Let's move my Colossus down. Ah, fuck, these Dark Elves are so good. Okay, let's try and help out here. Let's go into swords and try and get rid of this. That's not doing too bad here. Oh, fuck. Okay, so there we've got about... We do outnumber them, mathematically, so that's not good. That's alright. I'm just worried about you and the Necrofec here. Can you sort of heal yourself a bit? That's probably not a bad shout. Try and get their general out. Okay, yeah, cool. Come down here. Come down here. If you can get behind them, you can rain fight. You can cast significant damage down here. Okay, cool. Like, just try and help out a bit, boys. Yeah, fire into that Colossus. You're gonna get mass shots off, and that's broken. Fantastic. You hit these guys that are sitting here. Swing and have a shot down against them. But sir, we'll fire upon our own men. So be it. I'll have a couple of shots here as well. Move my general, for the love of God, out of this. Fire into that coming along. Yeah, their enemy lord's just sort of chilling here. We've destroyed their general, which was the main sort of objective there. Cool. So let's try and swing this down and around a bit as best we can. Alright. They're focusing on this. Well, you need to sort of focus on that unit. Focus on that one and try and focus on this. Cool. Come down. Or that. Ideally, if you want to. So their charge, their retreat. Oh, God damn. He's actually quite an alright strength. Okay, they're sort of fighting here, which is fine. I might try and go after their general now. With ours. So, if you can somehow get out of here and try and engage him, that'd be perfect. Okay, those guys here are tying up a fair few forces, which is good. Let's let my... Oh, my Colossus is actually can engage now. Okay. So let's try and charge him into this and try and soften them up. We'll try and replenish the health of some of these guys while dropping some down here. So let's go into it. Let's try and get rid of their general. Let's get some shots on him, try and soften him up before Noctilus comes in. Minor shots have come in, but that's fine. We'll try and focus down and around here. But, as you can see, most of our sloppy mob has been completely and utterly routed. And it's actually not too bad. We're actually kiting them away. But the handgunners are the real MVPs by the look of it. So we need a lot more handgunners if we do. So this is obviously my first campaign, my first Let's Play on the Vampire Coast. So I'm sort of tweaking stuff here and there, of course. I'm still trying to find the best army build. So from what I could sort of see, I can tell. The Deep Guard are awesome. And mostly try and get cannon supremacy if we can. They're charging that, which is fine. We've got them here. We've lost mass casualties, but we have the vampire counts at the end of the day. So we can have mass resurrection upon us. And we've won. So let's try and run down as many of these guys as possible. Holy crap, guys. We deployed 2,464. They deployed 1,033. And we've won. We've been victorious here today. Awesome. So that means our infamy and leadership is going to rocket up. And these guys as well. Cool. Let's have a bit of a look at some of these hand cannons in action, because they have really saved us year today. Oh my god. Poor buggers. The Necrofec is still chasing down here, but Count Noctilus was victorious here today. And the Necrofec still charging forth. Even though he is out of ammunition, sometimes it looked like he was actually trying to shoot a bit. stumbling forward. Let's try and speed things up. Man, oh man, what a hell of a battle we've had. Okay, so their general's running away. We're also going to have mass resurrection as well, which is awesome. Cool. I think we ended on that. A fucking hell. What a close victory. We've only just managed to win that by a bee's dick. Wow. Okay, so we lost 1,889 and they lost 949. So what did most of the work for them? Actually, I want to check me first. Do Depth Guard 104. Look at these bloated corpses, 93, 24 as well. They are so good. You can actually break down enemy walls with them as well. They are a little bit costly because, like, you use them. I don't know. Maybe I should sort of keep them to a minimum. They are good when you got the money, but the problem is, once you use them, they're dead. That's it. You lose that 300 gold. Now, is 300 gold worth 93 and 24 kills? Probably not, because we've got better handgunners and stuff. So it's always quite good to keep at least one in your army, but maybe we need to sort of keep back on them after sort of reflecting upon them now. Okay guys, welcome to the campaign map. Bloody hell. Okay, loot gained. So in hindsight, we did lose our Depth Guard, which is quite bad, because we're not going to be able to get one of them for a while. But in saying that, maybe cost effectively wise, it's probably not too bad, because we probably can get a lot more of these handgunners, which really did quite well. So we've got a couple of options here. We can get a 5% back, okay, and we only, wow, we didn't even destroy all of them, damn it. We can share the loot, or we can ransom the 945. I think I'm going to ransom the captives here today. Oh.
The oceans roil constantly, shifting, concealing, hiding secrets beneath their murky depths. The living have no place in the dark deep of the sea. Only the dead can scavenge here. Wolfheart's ship, a vengeance left unfulfilled. But that was not all the captain left behind. There it gleams amidst the carcass of the ship. A harpoon of tempered star metal. The only weapon strong enough to pierce the heart of Amana. The harpoon is claimed, but the charms that made it so potent have been washed away. There is much to do before the weapon can be used against the beast.
Alrighty guys, welcome back to the campaign map after that battle. Now I've just seen another intro cutscene there. Now I'm going to have to double check with the Creative Assembly to show you that. If not, you've already seen it on this video of course. So we'll just sort of have to play it a little bit by ear because there are some rules with this early access content, and obviously I don't want to break it and jeopardize future early access content. So we've hit the mission successful for the search of vengeance. So this is what happened. The search for the wreck of the Vengeance is underway, and using the map we gained from the shop in Sartosa, we have set sail Sartosa. We have set sail to the shallow seas of the Dragon Spine. However, upon arrival, we have spotted a ship flying the flag of the Sunken Land Corsairs. What these pirates are doing at this very location is unknown. It is perhaps a coincidence, but regardless, they stand before us, and the wreck of Vengeance, and more importantly, the star metal harpoon sunk with the star metal harpoon required for the victory in 7,000 treasury. So, if I click on this, I can't do anything at the moment. So we still need to push to the Dragon Spire. Push towards sort of the anvil here. So there's a couple more things I can do here before we end the episode. Okay, so there is no units currently available to... Oh, damn, okay. We had a mass sort of battle. You'd think you'd be able to grab a couple, wouldn't you? Right, so let's try and get some mob, I guess, at the moment. Not because of their availability or their use, simply because of the amount of men we actually lost. I might try and pull back into friendly territory, actually. Try and just pull back a bit. There's no harm in sort of pulling back rather than jeopardizing and overextending ourselves. So it's got something to do with our border, right? Okay, that's what I thought. So let's try and pull back. Let's try and get these pirates in. We want to try and get handgunners as best as we can. We shall. We can't. I was going to say we can switch back to a construction mode if we really want to. Okay, cool. Can you get anyone down here? No, you can't. Barbosa, the plunderer. Okay, can we dive right back into diplomacy anymore with the Vampiric Coast? Rejected once more. Let's try and get some negotiations underway while offering them a payment. 1,000 should be enough. Or not. Let's sort by attitude. The mutineers actually like me more. Well, it's on par. No one wants trade or something. No. Right, okay. Let's have a quick look at those events. So we've encountered a Lizardman faction. We've had that crazy battle. We've managed to get Sword of Strife, which gives 4 melee attack to Noctilus, along with weapon strength. And down this. Okay, so he's got an upgrade here. Wow, okay, so there's a couple of things that we can go down here. The Curse of the Undead, which is a regeneration spell. Resurrect dead combatants. Heal injuries before... Perfect! That's what we want, some sort of resurrection spells. But let's have a quick read at what Count Noctilus, the Legendary Lord, has to sort of offer. So what is this? Another regeneration one. Gives us health. Good at flanking. Summons a unit of pirate mob gunners. And what's the upgrade, I wonder? That's what I would like to know. Witching, leadership, and armor. Let's go with Resurrection of Dead Combatants. I think it's probably our best bet. Does that mean we could, like, throw in one of those... what are they called? Bloated corpses and then resurrect one again? That'd be absolutely bonkers if we could. So we can't go down for the treasure map stuff anymore. Okay, right, so we can't go through here anymore. Officers as well, we can't upgrade because you haven't really done anything just yet. Objective-wise as well. Oh, okay, so we have acquired the Star Metal Harpoon. That's what I thought. Yeah, that's what we did in that that cutscene there, but yeah, I wasn't entirely sure. So we did definitely get it right. Gain all 3 verses of the Lost Sea Chanty. So we've actually gotten the harpoon, the spear, which is quite good. So we need to gain all 3 verses of the Lost Sea Shanty, construct the launcher, and win the following battle. Okay, I'm going to give it one more turn, because I want to try and have a crack at one of these treasure coves or whatnot. So let's end the turn. Let's see if anyone aggressively comes after me, and then we'll end it here and continue on with the next episode. Harkon is mustering. Okay. But if you guys are still enjoying this series and would like to see more, the best way to ensure more content for the channel is to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here with notifications on. Make sure you choose the right bell setting. Whoa, mission issued. Be at war with the vampire counts. Vampire Coast, are you mad? Bloody hell. Anyway, we've gone up in stats here, which is good. Let's send Barbosa to check out some remains. Okay, tribute to the sea gods. Your followers have come up to... Wait, fuck, I need to read that again. I kind of like these. They're kind of like D&D sort of text missions. So, your followers have come up to shipwreck. Battle at the sea, please. What? Battle at the sea pleases not just the gods of war, but the gods of the sea as well. Salvage from such a victorious battle as possible, but the sea gods demand tribute, so only quarter cargo we can take it. Right, okay. So, your army will perform better in battle. Your army will perform better in the campaign. Probably the campaign, because we're going to be moving around about. We're sort of not in the military phase at the moment. We're still sort of recovering, regathering, regrouping. upon our battles. So we managed to get, wow, 10% minus for all units, and also attrition. We also managed to get 1,500 there, which is alright. Okay, let's make our way slowly but surely down the Vampire Coast and try and grab some more of that year boot here. I might even... I wonder if we can get another Lord here. 255 upkeep per turn. How much are my units? 50, 100, 300 there. I'm just sort of thinking, am I better off to sort of have another army hang around with Count Noctilus? Actually, maybe I'm better off instead of sending you around here. We got 1,500, but it's only like 4 turns, so maybe we need to get another army here. We're going to upgrade the Maelstrom. And let's get another army here, I think. We want to try and get Murderer. Wow, okay. Gains loyalty for defeating enemies. Wow, okay, let's get with use. Cat Scott. She's a chick, by the sounds of it. I want to give him a male name, so probably not. Let's go with Ben Sharp. Let's recruit him. Let's give him another name as well. Murderer Ben Sharp. Okay, let's give him a name. So who are we going to call him? He looks like a Jack Sparrow, I think. Right, let's rename him. Let's get another Ben Sharp. So let's go with Jack Sparrow of the Black Pearl. Okay. So we've got Davy Jones still to go. Will Turner. Yeah, let me know. What are the names? So Jack Sparrow, the Murderer. Okay, let's try and resurrect some of the dead here then. Wow, he's actually going to get quite a large army in quite quick succession. And we'll try and recruit here as well. A couple of these boys. And we'll try and rally up with them as best as possible. Well, on that note, guys, unfortunately it's time to end the first episode of the Vampire Counts. I'm going to say Counts all the fucking time. Coast Let's Play here today. Got to say a huge thank you once more to the Creative Assembly for providing me with an early access code. I've had an absolute blast so far, and I can't wait to continue the Let's Play on the channel. Unfortunately, guys, it is time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know in the comment section down below your feedback for the series, and if you'd like to see more, that's the best way to ensure more content. Leave a dislike if you're not enjoying the series. Check out my social media links if you want to stay connected with me. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all in the description below. Highly recommend Twitter. Every single time I post a video, a tweet goes out. It's much more reliable than the YouTube sub box. These days, to get all the notifications for the channel, you have to click the bell, of course, to join the notifications squad. I do enjoy reading those comments. If you guys would like to get yourself some cheap and reliable games, check out my G2A affiliation link in the description below. Maybe you can pick up a strategy game you haven't picked up just yet. Maybe Hearts of Iron, maybe Crusader Kings 2, maybe a Total War. Check out my G2A affiliation link in the description below for cheap and reliable games. I do recommend going and checking out the prices even. There's some really good prices on there. Patreon and merchandise link in the description below, along with the Steam group. Come and join the community on Steam. And on that note, unfortunately, I have to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching once again. Make sure to take care of yourselves. Go out and have a fantastic rest of your day. My name has been Simpzy. Goodbye. Really close cinematic shots here, pushing through the breach. Oh, look at... That was probably the shot of the video there.